I need this. Oh, some good drinking. Oh, today is Saturday the 14th. We're not on the trail. We're not, though it has been a beautiful day. I did a 15k run, my first 15k this morning. Oh, it was frosty. Even my beard got frosty. So, after chilling out today, putting some fluids back in the tank, I thought I would do a quick gear review video, which we haven't done for quite a while. Mainly because I haven't been buying much gear. I got to a point quite early last year where I was happy that the gear I had was suitable for most of the work that I do. But I have always been intrigued by the Jetboil. Now, this is not the Jetboil that we're doing in this video, but it's pretty much the same thing. Now, the Jetboil was the sort of, as far as I'm aware, the first of its kind to be a completely self-contained stove and pot with lid that could all be put back into the pot and stored as a complete sort of cylinder unit. And all you needed to do was get a gas can, and if you get the 100-gram gas cans, they fit in as well. So it kind of appealed to me because I'm a guy who cares about his real estate when it comes to your backpack when you're hiking. That real estate refers to the room in your rucksack, and I'm not a fan of big rucksacks. I've had some bad experiences carrying a big rucksack, thinking, well, that's perfectly fine, let's just overload it. My record is a 32 kilo pack. It was a 60 litre Berghaus, I think, and that was the disastrous attempt of Hadrian's Wall, the very first time, years and years ago. Shudder to think about it, but I managed to carry that bag 22 miles before I ditched it, and that story appears throughout the videos at random intervals. So let's talk about the Jetboil. I have not bought the Jetboil because the Jetboil pushes about £100. There are some really good alternatives. There's the OEX version, and there's the one I've got, which is Firemaple. So here it is in this rather snazzy camouflage neoprene sleeve. It's Firemaple. It doesn't have a particular model. Your mobile kitchen. That's what it says on the side. Your mobile kitchen. I won't go that far. It has a little, the neoprene has a little, neoprene's like your wetsuit kind of material. A little thing for, I don't even know what that's for. And two handles. I don't like these handles. They're a bit, you see the curve on them. And you kind of pot handles there. I'm not a fan, they fold in. Plastic lid, and it has a, you can see there, there's a hole on the top, a bit like a coffee cup. It's not for drinking through, it's just for letting steam out. Now the Firemaple comes with this bowl at random. Not quite sure what I'm supposed to do with that. Eat out of it. It's a bit random. Usually you kind of using boil in the bag meals or rehydrated meals. And the stove itself, the burner, is inside as well, which I quite like. And that is, fits your normal gas can here. And you've got this burner plate there. Sparker. Now you've got, you can just see, to spark up. Valve control on the side for the gas flow. And yeah, that then goes underneath the pot here, and it's very simple to do. There are some little cutouts on the side. Line the cutouts with the dimples and give a twist, and there you go. There's your pot ready to go on the surface. Then you would take your regular can. This is my, I get these from the range. They're usually about a £5. But I've just bought the 100-gram ones off eBay. These are the 250s, I think. Net weight 230 gram. Yeah, so they're the normal generic size ones. You can get the big fat ones, big taller ones. All depends how much you're going to use it. But for backpacking, the 100 grammers, they haven't arrived yet. I got the 4 of those on eBay. Same thing. Right, there you go. Oh, and it's if you're interested, it is butane propane on this one. That nicely goes on there. With every stove, I always say be careful. You can damage the threads on the can. You can damage the threads inside. Damage the threads, chances are you're going to have to buy a new one. So just feel for it. Well, I'm an engineer, so you think this will be easy, but it's not. There we go. You'll feel it start, and then you just turn it on, and it is literally just get it until it stops, and then a little bit, and that's it. You can smell the gas. My valve's open. Valve on the side. Hear that hissing gas, and then you can just see the flames inside. I'll turn it off because we're not going to boil anything just yet. So you'll just hear a little hiss as you unscrew because the valve is still engaged. Now, one of the features of the Jetboil and its variants is, and it's one of its selling. Oh, it's got warm very quick. That obviously the neoprene protects your hands if you're holding it like this. One of the best features is, I'll take the burner off for the minute, is under here you have this sort of heat sink baffle system, right? And what that does is, where on other stoves you sometimes have to put a sort of windshield around as the wind's blowing on the trail, knocking your flame away, it takes twice as long to boil your water. This hasn't. They've designed it to be shielded around the side. Air can get in, but these little fins in here stop the heat from escaping out the side. So all that heat's being piled straight into your pot. So it's a really rapid boil. My mate, little Joe, legend that he is, estimates about 1.5 minutes, up to 2 minutes to boil maybe 1 or 2 cups of water. So you get a really rapid boil. Straight away I felt within 30 seconds that pan was getting very hot. Good. Nice and lightweight. Non-stick on the inside. But my only criticism, and I think now that I've physically got one in my hands, that's a bit big diameter. Now if you're doing some full-on camping, preparing your meals, what's not, perfect. Nice big size. It's about 1 litre, I think, I'll specifically say. And obviously it's big enough for you to put your can nice and fit in there. But I don't think, I wouldn't be using these cans, I'll be using 100 gram. I don't think with this you can get, can we? No, I didn't think so. With a full size can you can't, it won't all collapse. So my 100 gram can should fit in there. So it all becomes one sealed unit. So I will put that back in there. The redundant plastic bowl I would probably never use. Lid on the top. Bishty bashy bosh, jobs are done. So I'm hoping to ditch the plastic pot and put the can in there, and it hopefully becomes one unit. So for me on the trail, where I'm pretty much only boiling 1 cup of water to have a brew, it's a little bit overkill. So until I've actually gone out and tried it in my pack, my loadout, I don't know how I feel just yet. It's not thoroughly field tested. I like it. I like the fact that I can boil this entire unit without worrying about heat shields. It's quite snazzy. It's quite cool. So the jury's out. You will see me using this on the next hike that we do. We'll give it a good thorough testing, but I just wanted to share it with you so you may have an idea. Maybe you've already got one. Comment below what your views of the Jetboil are. I would like to hear them. Whether you swear by them or whether you just think, like my normal setup, you prefer the small micro stove and a small can. I don't know. Yeah, and I've not much else to say. Like I said, you've got the handles. My mate Joe potentially says you could fit your water in there with a, if it's a wet meal, you could warm the bag, you could just pour the contents in, or there's enough water there to boil to put into your dried meal if it's a dehydrated packet meal, and then make yourself a brew as well. My philosophy is always to keep the can as clean as possible. I don't want to be preparing food in the can. It's just more cleaning, and if you're on the trail, if you're camping in a tent, it's finding paper or a rag or something to get all that cleaned out, rinsed. If you haven't got access to good water, you can see the problem. So I would generally just boil water in this, but I quite like it. I think it retailed about £50. This one, it was on offer at Amazon. Firemaple, I say there's the OEX version, There's the Jetboil, obviously a lot more expensive, and there's the Jetboil Mini, which is about half, same diameter but half the size. But again, that seems more expensive than the standard Jetboil. But they are all singing and all dancing, all pretty much the same thing. I don't see, I saw Joe's Jetboil, he had the specific Jetboil. There was no design difference really. I thought maybe these heat sinks might not be in, but they are on the Firemaple. It's got the neoprene sleeve. The Jetboil has more of a neoprene handle for you to drink out of. That's a lot to drink out of. Don't know. Right, and that's all I've got to say. You know my gear reviews, they're quite simple, they're quite straightforward. As we go along, as I field test it, I will feed back to you in the video themselves. I won't do another video, perhaps. I don't think it needs it. And you'll get to see it in action. I won't bother boiling it now. Boiling water's boiling water, isn't it? So tune in for the next video. We'll see this in action, hopefully with the small 100-gram can. And yeah, there we go. That's all I've got to say, guys. Thank you so much for the warm welcome that I got back in the last video, Turton Revisited. Great to hear from you guys. I say again, keep sticking with it. Click that thumb button at the bottom. Give us a like to fight the algorithms of YouTube so you get to see more content like this and from other guys. And God willing, I will see you next time back on the trail.